With the review of the novel A Night Without Stars, we conclude Peter F. Hamilton's Commonwealth Universe and also the Chronicle of the Fallers, of which the book in question is its second and last entry. A Night Without Stars is a 704-page long novel that was published in the year 2016. Once again, it is not clear-cut how to categorize the scientific hardness. However, in this case, it certainly warrants a value ranging somewhere in the middle of the sci-fi Mohs scale, as the quote-unquote fantasy and technobabble influences are more restrained compared to the series' first entry, The Abyss Beyond Dreams, and instead give way to a more scientifically grounded setting. At the same time, the scope of the world, amount of original ideas, and the number of main and side characters remain also in the middle range. As usual, we will go into more detail regarding these categories later in the video. In terms of awards and award nominations, A Night Without Stars is listed as having been nominated for the Goodreads Choice Award nominee in science fiction of the year 2016, thus being one of two novels of the Commonwealth Universe to score anything in the awards and award nomination category, the other being The Evolutionary Void. Furthermore, A Night Without Stars exhibits a respectable combined score of 4.4 out of 5 stars based on thousands of Goodreads, Library Thing, and Amazon reviews. Unsurprisingly, the following plot summary may contain some spoilers related to any of the previous novels that are set in the Commonwealth Universe, especially for The Abyss Beyond Dreams though. So beware. After centuries trapped within the void, the planet Bienvenido, along with its inhabitants, both human and Faller, has been expelled into normal space after Nigel Sheldon's mission. Unfortunately, the survivors find themselves millions of light years from the Commonwealth in intergalactic space. Unable to contact the Commonwealth, and with no one in the Commonwealth knowing of their existence, the two isolated races plunge into mortal conflict for sole possession of the planet. The Fallers, an uncompromising adversary, evolved to devour, mimic, and ultimately destroy all sentient life, has infiltrated every level of human society. With the Fallers' numbers growing, it is only a matter of time before they surge to victory. In these dark times, a mysterious figure only known as the Warrior Angel leads a desperate resistance, leveraging forbidden Commonwealth bio and nanotechnology that started to re-emerge sporadically in Bienvenido's population after the expulsion from the void. Meanwhile, the totalitarian government obstructs the Angel's efforts at every turn, blinded by prejudice and technophobia. This behavior stems from the fact that the uneven and uncontrolled distribution in the population of these extraordinary properties will ultimately threaten the continued and unchallenged rule of the state. Then, on a spaceflight that is part of a program to delay the seemingly inevitable victory of the Fallers, Major Rai Evine inadvertently frees a captive vessel that crash lands on Bienvenido, carrying the last, best hope for human survival. A baby originating from the Commonwealth. Thus begins an unrelenting hunt by the secret police, the criminal underworld, Faller agents, and other dissident factions. The outcome of this hunt will in the end determine Bienvenido's future. A Night Without Stars feels more on the harder side of the sci-fi Mohs scale than most entries to the Commonwealth Universe, in large parts due to the fact that the society of Bienvenido is stuck with mid-20th century technology. The magic-like properties that the Void provided are absent, and the advanced technology of the Greater Commonwealth only sporadically unfolds, as its use is inhibited by the paranoid government. Thus, this type of setting from a technological perspective resembles the classic science fiction trope of contemporary humanity having to deal with an alien invasion, even though, in this specific case, it is neither a contemporary story nor even the same planet where it takes place. Similarly, the world building and the dominating ideology on Bienvenido are further interesting aspects of the novel. Sylvester's socialist revolution was successful in the end. But instead of a workers' paradise, Bienvenido's government turned into a totalitarian police state. Barely functional, inflexible, inhumane, as well as rotten and corrupt to its core. Who would have thought that something like this could ever happen? The beginning of the novel further puts the Vastas arc in the previous book, The Abyss Beyond Dreams, in a more sinister light as well. On the one hand, the manipulations of Nigel Sheldon in The Abyss Beyond Dreams, where he used historic accounts of socialist revolutions on Earth as a blueprint, are probably one reason why Sylvaster's government turned out how it did. On the other hand, the increased threat by the Fallers likely is another contributing factor for the ascent of a totalitarian government. Thus, Peter F. Hamilton was able to weave a setting that was inspired by his visit to a Stasi museum in Leipzig, Germany, believably into the Commonwealth Universe. In addition, the setting in the second half of the novel morphs more and more into a quote-unquote apocalypse in progress. The gloomy and even hopeless atmosphere, coupled with a nail-biting race against time, is something that Peter F. Hamilton expertly demonstrated previously in parts of the Nightstone trilogy. Hence, most of the novel is fast-paced, captivating and gripping. However, as mentioned, this is only true for most of the novel. Unfortunately, one of the narrative threads towards the middle and end of the story feel a bit like a string of fetch quests or filler material, thus somewhat sabotaging the otherwise excellently paced plot. But in my opinion, this is complaining at a very high level. Overall, A Night Without Stars is a worthy conclusion to the Chronicle of the Fallers and the wider Commonwealth universe as a whole. This is furthered by what can only be described as a dedicated epilogue chapter to the entire Commonwealth universe, where characters from all books have their cameos in one form or the other, even though in some cases the characters' motivations verge on the unbelievable or it turns borderline cheesy at times. Again, this is nitpicking from my part. Of all the novels in the wider Commonwealth universe, A Night Without Stars is probably in my personal top 3, and if you have been reading any of these novels, at this point you will be well aware whether you enjoy reading them or not. Thus, make of this what you will and decide for yourself if you want to give this story a shot. But there is a reasonably high probability that you will like it if you made it this far in the Commonwealth universe. If you liked this video, you may also enjoy the other reviews and content on my channel. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to discuss the novels or if you want to suggest other books that I should review in the future. Please consider upvoting and subscribing, it is much appreciated. Thank you for watching and until next time.